Prior to World War II, my Oma, or my grandmother, was born and raised in what is now known as Serbia. There was a river that ran through not only Serbia, but other countries that formed what was known as Yugoslavia. The people that settled along the Danube River formed a lively community that bonded over things like music, dance, food, religion, and clothing. So the cultural artifact that I am showing today is my Donauschwaben Tanzgruppe Tracht. And I will be first explaining the history behind the Tracht in our culture. Secondly, I will be talking about the aspects of our culture. And lastly, I will be talking about the involvement of my involvement in the community. So the Tracht, this is my Donauschwaben Tanzgruppe Tracht that we wear for formal events. And the German word Tracht actually translates to costume, but they would actually wear it for various occasions. So the men also wear Trachts, and it usually consists of a white collared shirt with a black vest over it, black slacks, white socks, and leather bottom shoes. And for the women, there's different styles and patterns that they can have, but most of the time it would consist of a petticoat that would go under a patterned skirt. It would have an apron, and then it would have a white blouse, a black vest, and a shawl. Normally the shawl is pinned with a brooch on the back, and this one that I have is actually my great-grandmother's. So the importance of the Tracht, different regions and different villages would kind of have their own version of the Tracht. They could have different patterns or different ways that they would wear it. So there are dance groups scattered along the United States, Canada, and Hungary, modern dance groups. And actually the way that the Hungarians wear their shawls, they have it untucked and they actually wrap it around the black vest. So the Tracht was a very important way of representing what community or region you were a part of. So secondly, I will talk about the aspects of the culture. So to understand our culture, one must understand our attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors and how that was established. So some of the Donauschwaben people, they settled into Yugoslavia shortly after the fall of the Ottoman Empire. After World War II, the Russians expelled the Donauschwaben people from their homes, and they put them into labor and death camps. And some of these survivors, like my Oma, they managed to escape and find refuge in a new country or new location. So this part of history explains why we prioritize hard work and determination. Another major part or aspect of our culture is Catholicism. It was very common in villages to attend Mass, and we still do so today. And our ancestors also believed in turning to God in times of distress. We also have a big passion for cooking, especially traditional German dishes. And some of my favorites include goulash, Spätzle, Krautfleckel, and Wiener Schnitzel. I have had a wonderful experience being a part of this culture. Learning about my ancestry and hearing stories from my Oma has brought me closer to her and brought me closer to knowing who I am. I'm very proud to be Donauschwaben, and I'm very grateful that I can share my passion for the music, the dances, and the food with my friends and family. And I've made a lot of new friends and made deeper connections with people who share the same culture as me. I'm very grateful that I can fully embrace and experience my culture being a part of the dance group. That's my biggest way that I'm involved in the Donauschwaben community. So about 15 years ago, my mom encouraged me and my sister to join the Los Angeles Donauschwaben dance group. And I have been able to grow up and dance with people who are like family to me, and they have the same background as me. And we get together, we perform traditional German dances, we cook together, we have history lessons, and we attend Mass together. So being a part of this culture has brought me a sense of identity, and it makes me feel like my Oma or my grandmother is always with me. So my tract, I chose this because I think it is the biggest representation of my culture. And the Donauschwabens had a very important proverb. Der erste hat den Tod, der zweite hat die Not, der dritte erst hat Brot, which translates to the first encounters death, the second need, only the third has bread. This was a powerful message that described the journey of the Donauschwabens settling in new land. First, they attempted to settle and establish themselves on barren land, which led to death. Second, they lost people along the way and they faced adversity. But lastly, they overcame these obstacles and eventually had a new place to call home and were prosperous, the bread. I believe this saying is very prevalent to Donauschwabens today and explains why we are a flourishing community. And this message is a part of our culture and it is the way we aim to live our lives.